Yes, yes, yes. Hello, everybody, and good Monday to you. Real traders never trade alone. They trade with their fellow nerds. We got DB in the house. We got Hal. We got Jim. We got Make the 111 great again. We got Mo. We got Ram's phone. We got Schwaz and Vicky with an I. Howdy doody. Yeah, an officer and a gentleman when that movie came out, I remember we were riding by the theater. My daddy was driving, and my mama and me and my sister. And he said, "Let's go see that movie." And I said, "Daddy, we can't see that movie because it's rated R." He said, "Oh, it'll be all fine." I said, "No, it ain't." Because I remember I watched the night the lights went out in Georgia with my mom and daddy, and there was a scene where there was a naked woman in it, and my mama screamed, and she covered my eyes in the theater, me and my sister's eyes, and I was trying to look anyway, and it was an embarrassing moment. And I told Daddy, I said, "Daddy, we can't see that movie because it was rated R." And so we ended up not seeing it. How about that? Because it was I don't know. Joe Cocker looked like he was having spasms every time he sings. Is he still alive? I think he is, isn't he? Is Joe Cocker still alive? Yeah, he certainly puts his yeah, I think so. I think he's still alive. But anyway, that's a great song, Up Where We Belong. So yeah, he always has a spasm look on his face when he's doing that. Kind of like I do when I'm trading, which is similar. So let's look. The ES was up pretty big today at one point, and then we have been sliding until we get to lunchtime chop. And now we are chop, 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 chop. And up 0.33%, up 18 points on the E-minis. The NASDAQ up 9.75%, or 9.75%, up 15 points now, up 0.08%. Just very, very sluggish looking, right? The Williams alligator is pointing downward. VWAP is now pointing downward, though the hourly bid band is creeping up just a little bit. That's kind of unusual. Look at VIX, y'all, 34. And I think was it Friday or Thursday? We were at a VIX of 50, 49, something like that. And now the VIX is at 34. So things have settled down a little bit. But if you think about it, there's still volatility in this market as long as President Mango is making up his mind left and right about tariffs and what we're doing with tariffs. I mean, things are just crazy, y'all. They're just crazy. And we knew he would bring volatility, but I had forgot what it feels like to be in the market when he is tweeting and doing different things. And I think he knows what he's doing. I think, and I'm willing to give him a little rope on it, but my goodness, it can be painful. So AD made the high of the day. Looks like the market made the high of the day there as well, and then has just been going down, down. AD still a strong 211, but look at this. AD high of the day was that 455. So AD has come down significantly down to 202. The AD low was 197. So we made that right here. And we are just hanging out doing nothing. Now we got a candle there. So you got to watch the news when President Cheeto is in the house. He definitely is volatile. And that's what we like in the market. We like volatility, but I got to get used to it again. I'm just not used to it. Let's look at volume profile on the E-minis. See if we can see anything what we're doing here. We are oversold for the fair value zone below, and look where the point of control is. Wow. This looks like a range day. Well, it didn't feel in the first hour, but now it feels kind of rangy, doesn't it? It had an opening gap up, and now the gap has filled, though it did take more than an hour to do that. And now it kind of looks like a trend day down, doesn't it? So it's kind of interesting to see. We don't have significant pockets of vacuums here where there's no volume, but we got a little bit there. So everything here looks bullish to me. It looks like it would want to go to the 55.72 area with the point of control big up here. That looks bullish. With these little vacuum areas of low volume, that looks bullish as well, but we shall see. Let's see what our friend NASDAQ looks like. See what our friend NASDAQ looks like. But I played up where we belong because the market. Now look at this. NASDAQ all of a sudden is down. Wow. Down 0.2%, down 37. We were up like 16, 15 points a while ago. So NASDAQ has taken a little move to the downside. It looks like it is fairly priced, and it is at its point of control. That is very, very, very interesting. Again, we had the gap open, and then we have filled the gap. Now we'll see what it does for the remainder of the trading session. But very, 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 very interesting. You know, what I started to do is the account that we trade publicly, I got out, I think on Thursday. And remember, my hedges only had like 13 days left several days ago. And I think I got down to like 7 days on the hedges. And I was like, yeah, we probably need to take those hedges off. I was thinking when the market was up earlier today that we might put in a new hedge today. But I'm not sure that now is the time with the NASDAQ down and the E-minis, you know, almost flat. I'm not sure that's the good time to do it. I'd probably rather do it on a good up day. And I'm actually thinking about, with the volatility that we're getting, of probably putting in the longs only on a big up day and then waiting for us to get a nice big down day to do the shorts of the 3-5 Sweet Bobby hedge. That's kind of what I'm thinking about. And I kind of wanted to do it today, but I don't think we've got big enough move. But we'll watch what the market does for the remainder of the day. That's fine. Let's go to linear regression. See if linear regression tells us anything. And it tells us, hey, we love President Trump. We don't know about him. Oh my God, tariffs. Well, maybe it's not this bad. Oh my God, tariffs. And you know, a lot of uncertainty. So now we are back above this little trend line that we have here. It will now serve as a little bit of support. So again, it looks bullish, but you got to figure out what president is talking about. He died in 2014. Joe Cocker died in 2014. How about that? That's amazing. Didn't know that. Let's look at financial juice and let's see what see if they've got any headlines of the day. Pharmaceutical tariffs is in not too distant future. I mean, it's amazing, y'all. We will do tariffs on imported pharmaceuticals. Okay. So that is my Ozempic. What's that going to do to the price of my Ozempic coming from Sweden? I think it's Sweden. The share of households seeing a worse financial situation is the highest since October 23. New York Fed in March, households were more pessimistic about jobs and future earnings. So I really think that these, let's say, Wall Street traders attempting to look past the tariffs back and forth drove stocks higher as Trump's temporary pause on electronics sparked a rally in the world's largest technology companies. Treasuries rebounded following a sell-off that called into question their status as the ultimate haven. We got a lot going on, y'all. We got a lot going on. And I am not at all disappointed or upset that I am a cash position right now. What I may do is once we get the account open, which has taken me since March 12th to open an account with Tradeovate, unbelievable. It's taken forever, is we may just do some small scalps in the meantime to when we figure out what we're going to do with this market, because there's certainly a lot of uncertainty. And you can see that in a VIX of what, 34 or so that we've got. What was VIX again? VIX is 34.16. Yeah. So very, very, very interesting. All right, y'all, that is our session for today. If I had to guess, things look bullish. Again, it depends on, I think Trump is talking about the electronics, and he says, ultimately, we're going to get them all. The iPhones, the phones, the mobile phones, all of that. He said that there was a temporary no tariff on those, but that ultimately he's going to get everything. So I think the market kind of digested that initially is positive and then said, well, he's going to get it. And then I think now we are into a point of where things are pretty negative on the day, even though we are getting a little bit of a bounce here during our little lunchtime shop. All right, y'all have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. I love you to pieces, and I will see y'all